Marvel Rivals is a game that has taken a lot of people by storm because they weren't expecting it to be so popular. But due to its inclusion of many favorable characters, Marvel Rivals has been an unrivaled success. Invisible Woman is one of my favorite characters. I think the sculptors did a great job with her. I think that she's just beautiful and she looks great. I think her body is incredible. I like the fact that she can turn invisible because it reminds me of how I oftentimes feel whenever I'm looking in the eyes of a beautiful woman. And really, I think that she's just absolutely gorgeous, just drop dead stunning. She has some really cool alternate costumes. She has one of her wedding dress, which I think is really cool, but I don't really like the fact that Reed is in the video. So oftentimes whenever I watch this video late at night, I have to cover up the screen to take Reed off of it, but then he moves around, so I have to move my hand constantly. And I really like the fact that as a nod to comic book fans, they included her Maleficent costume, her Malevolent, her Miss Evil costume, the one that starts with an M. I don't know how you take a 10 and turn them into an 11, but that's exactly what they did here. And words cannot express how much I love her. I think that she's just absolutely stunning and so incredible. I do have a critique though with the costume, which is I think that they could have gone with something that appeared in the comics, such as this costume from the 90s. I think a lot of fans would have preferred this costume for Sue, but all in all, she's just it's incredible. Whenever I look at her, I oftentimes find myself out of breath, and I feel all sweaty and gross, and like I need to change my clothes or something. Emma Frost is really an incredible choice. She's one of the new characters that was added to the game recently. I know that people like to play her and get diamond hard, and she's just so tall and beautiful and everything I want in a woman. She can read your mind, she can read your thoughts, but she wouldn't have to read my thoughts because I would just tell them directly to her face. But again, I do think that they could have gone with a more comic book based costume. I think this one from the early 2000s would have gone down a lot better with fans. There are some idiots out there who are accusing Emma of looking like a man, but really, I think that it's all just a big misunderstanding. I think that if Marvel Rivals had gone with this costume instead, then I think a lot of the backlash would have been averted. Magic is another one of my favorite characters. She's an X-Men character, but she can do magic, and she wields a giant sword like Nuts from Berserk, and I mean that in more ways than one. But she's just so beautiful, and her pants and her shirt and everything about her design is just so luscious and beautiful. And I think once again they did such a great job modeling her. I don't know how to feel about the fact that her ultimate is her going furry mode because I'm not really a furry, but like I don't know, I guess I could probably be convinced. Like, I'm not saying that I want to be one. I'm not saying I want to be into werewolf people. But if this is a situation where it's like, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best, then, you know, if this is your worst or your best in some people's eyes, then you know, we all have to make concessions in relationships. But I think they did a great job with this character model. And there's something I want to draw your attention to. If you look at this character model right here with me, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Maybe if we just stare at this character model together, though, I'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind. Now let's talk about the sound design of the game. One of my favorite sounds is that of Dagger. She's one half of Para, Cloak, and Dagger. I do like the fact that in her gameplay sections, you don't have to have Cloak out. You can just have Dagger on at any given moment. But that is a complaint that I do have with her character page that we're looking at. I wish Cloak and Dagger were two different character models, so that way I wouldn't have to keep on covering up the screen with my hand, so that way I don't have to look Cloak in the eyes, because I want my eyes to be focused on Dagger, not on Cloak. No offense. But yeah, Dagger is, you know, she's one of my favorite characters. She penetrates you with beams of light, and I don't know. I think that she's a prime example of what makes the game so great. There's just a sort of ethereal quality about her, and I think she's just incredible, immaculate. I do think that comic book fans once again would have appreciated it if Marvel Rivals had gone with a more comic book accurate costume. It's very pleasing to the eyes, and it makes me remember the 1980s. I miss Ronald Reagan and what he did for America. This is my review of Marvel Rivals. I think it has a lot going for it. I think that it has a lot of great designs, and I think it is going to have more excellent costumes and more wonderful characters appearing in the future. Personally, here are some comic book characters that I would love to see make an appearance in this game. I would love to see Dazzler from the X-Men. I think that she could be really cool. I would love to see Lady Deadpool. I would love to see Gwen Stacy, which is an odd one, but I think that she would fit in with the cast of this game a lot. And it doesn't even have to be normal Gwen Stacy. It can be Spider-Gwen. That would work. It can be Gwenpool. That works. Though if it is Gwenpool, I would like her costume to be modified so that way I can see her hair. They're very close to the characters that I've described, but they're not quite a one-to-one, but I think that Silver Sable would really work well. I think the Black Cat would also be awesome. I think Yelena, the Black Widow, the second Black Widow. I think that she would be awesome in here. And then there are some DC characters that I think would really fit in here well. I think Black Canary would be awesome. I think she would just be so cool. So maybe they could license her. I think Harley Quinn could be cool. I think Supergirl could be cool. I think Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat would be cool. Remember that if you've been enjoying this video, smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. The like button. Smash it. Hulk, smash it. I think She-Hulk would be a good addition. So my recommendations for games similar to this one, I think you could probably get into Lollipop Chainsaw. I think that if you like this game, then you'll really like Juliet, the main character of that game. I think you could probably get into Ninja Gaiden. I'm playing the game through for the first time now, and it's a lot bouncier than I was expecting. I think you could get into Resident Evil 5 because of Jill Valentine, and like Silver Sable and Black Cat. This game doesn't exactly fit in with things, but I think that you'll forgive that. Near Automata gets a recommendation from me. And so this is what I got. This has been my review of Marvel Rivals. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to go back to doing what I was doing before shooting this video, which is playing Marvel Rivals. Please comment below if you can think of any other wonderful characters that you would love to see in this game. And this is what I got. So thank you for watching.